Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Date Night Debrief podcast slash YouTube. This is a part two, so make sure you go watch part one first of our hot takes. In part two, today we're going to be talking about Star Wars, Harry Potter, and WWE.
Sounds good.
Sounds good. Let's get started. Where do we want to start off?
Uh, doesn't matter. I don't have a lot for either of them or any of them, to be honest. So you
Let's
can
do
start.
Star Wars.
Sure, you can start.
Um, my first hot take. Padme sucks. She really does. I don't know if it's just because I don't like Natalie Portman and I also think she sucks, but Padme's character sucks. She's whiny. And she's just like fucking a child, quite literally. She literally, in the first movie, she's like meeting this
There's
2-year-old, and then she's like,
2-year-olds is strange.
oh, and then they date later on because he's like raising her up and she like accepts it. It's like kind of gross. I think she thinks she's like the shit and she's not even the fart, you know?
I mean, she is the leading senator of an entire planet, but sure.
Yeah, but like, why?
I don't know. It's the way shit goes, man.
See?
She's a baddie in the Clone Wars.
She just sucks.
Yeah, but she's a baddie in the
She
Clone
sucks.
Wars.
That's one of my hot takes. She just sucks.
Um, my hot take. Let's start with, in my opinion, John Williams has not made the best score in Star Wars.
Kevin Kinner has?
Yes, Kevin Kinner has with the hyperspace jump, which is my favorite musical score of all time. So,
Oh
it's,
wow.
yeah,
We
I know.
we we've moved it up.
I've recently decided that.
That's a
I mean,
statement.
don't get me wrong. There are better ones that, of course, John Williams has
Yeah.
made, but they're obviously more iconic as well. Obviously, the actual, opening credits title score is literally Star Wars. There's like the Twin Suns, there's the Imperial
Yeah.
March, there's so much. I don't know if he did Cantina Band or not. I can't remember. I think so. Like, there's just so many different iconic
Yeah.
scores that Williams has made. Duel of the Fates, Anakin versus Obi Wan's new theme, and he's done all the episodic
Yeah.
movies. So Kevin Kinner's kind of like the king of Star Wars TV scores, and he's made some bangers in literally everything that he's done. Most recently with
Period.
Maul, but my favorite score ever made is the hyperspace jump from episode 5 of Ahsoka, and
Period.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. I don't know if this is a hot take or not. I don't know if this is just like me. I don't know if it's a hot take. You can tell me. Ray should have died. Not
Ben.
not Ben.
I don't know if that's a hot take. I'm sure people would have been okay if Ray died.
Ray should have died. He was a better character. He had way more of an interesting storyline than she
And
did.
I really hope
They could have
they.
kept that shit and milked it for so long. He was such a better character. He was so far more interesting and hotter to look at.
It's funny
He
because
was so
you
good.
don't think Adam Driver's attractive,
No,
but you really like Ben Solo. You like the Solo line for whatever reason.
sure do.
I
Love the
mean,
solo line of men.
I think it's
But I
funny.
think
Like,
Ray should have died. I was so mad when we watched it. I was losing my shit.
it's funny.
I was so mad. I was like, "Are you kidding me?"
It's funny. I uh I mean, yeah, obviously I
Ray's
prefer
so
Ben.
fucking annoying.
Honestly, I don't mind Ray. I've never really hated Ray. Like, I've never had any hate towards her. I just don't think she arguably should be the main focus of this trilogy,
It should have
especially
been
because
Ben.
George's like George Lucas's original plans for this trilogy was about Maul, which would have been
That would
really
have been
sweet.
interesting.
So I do feel like they might be transitioning towards a bit of retconning from that trilogy, which would be really interesting because they could drastically change some things. And I would really like to see the Hunt for Ben Solo, which apparently Adam Driver has pitched to Disney, and
Yes.
apparently it's really really good, and I would love to see that. I just want
Ooh,
more Star Wars content, especially on the big
I want
screen
more Ben Solo.
with the Mandalorian and Grogu. Which, you know what, I'll kind of
I want more Han
transition.
Solo.
I'll kind of use that as a transition to. It wasn't even something I wrote, but um, I really really enjoy the Mandalorian and Grogu, which seems to be a hot take. It's like my fifth favorite Star Wars movie right now, and I've only watched it once. We're probably gonna go see it next
Next
week,
week.
but
I haven't seen it yet.
um, I
Ethan had to watch it first to make sure Grogu didn't die, and then I can go watch it
as if
now.
he was gonna fucking die. He wasn't gonna die,
I didn't have.
but
I get false hope too much.
that's fair.
I
But
had to make you double check.
yeah, I mean, for the Mandalorian and Grogu, I really enjoy it. A lot of people complain that it's just episodes of the Mandalorian put into movie form, but you could say that about literally the Clone Wars movie. You could say that about Rogue
You can say
One.
that about a lot of
You can
movies.
say that about Solo. You can say that about Return of the Jedi for all I care. Like there, you can say that for just about any of these Star Wars movies. So I don't know why that's a complaint right now. If Rogue One was a TV show like Andor or a season 3 of Andor, it would be far better than it is. And that can kind of transition to my next hot take. I think Rogue One is actually better if you don't watch Andor before it, because Rogue One is really good as like a prequel to A New Hope. But watching Andor, the quality of it is drastically different heading into Rogue One because of how much time we spend with Cassian and Cassian's story. Rogue One is not a Cassian focused movie, and you can really tell. And I find there's a lot of stuff going on in Rogue. Not that it's over convoluted, we're just jumping from place to place very quickly. And in a like 2 hour, 15-minute runtime, it's kind of hard to cover as much as, Andor just covered with like 12 hours of content,
Yeah.
probably more than that, I'd imagine. But like, yeah, I don't know, that was kind of something I was thinking about tonight. Like last year when I watched Andor and I watched Rogue One, I ranked it the lowest I'd ever ranked it, at a 3.5 star, like I think a 79 out of 100. This year, watching it before A New Hope, not watching Andor, I ranked it an 84, which is the most I've ever enjoyed it, or an 83. So I don't know. I don't know. Maybe that's just a hot take for me. I don't know. Maybe other people think that, but again, I feel like with Rogue One, it doesn't Andor doesn't really transition well into it. I care a lot more about Andor's story, but not so much the rest of the characters. Now, if we were to get like another series where we see the lead up of like Jin, um,
Mm.
I don't know, some of the other characters, I guess, but yeah, maybe Jin specifically, because this is a very Jin focused movie, obviously. Um, but it is what it is, I guess. You go ahead.
Again, I don't know if these are hot takes because I don't know like what's good or bad. I put that The Force Awakens is a top 3 Star Wars movie.
I would say that's probably a hot take. I mean, it is
It's my
basically
second.
a New Hope,
A New
and
Hope is my number one, and
so
The
yeah,
Force Awakens
like
is my number two.
not surprising you like it. It's very similar. And
I will
Force
say the
Awakens,
newer three, like the last, I don't know what you call them, the last three that came out, the newer ones, I do quite enjoy. I do have
that's
them
fair.
all ranked quite high compared to the originals. But funny enough, my favorite is one of the originals. Again, chaotic
I
opinions here as
Force
always.
Awakens, I believe, is my fourth. So I don't know. I'm not far behind you. Like I have it ranked higher than you
And like
do, I think too.
while we're on that topic, another one of my hot takes is I find the lightsaber battles look a lot better in the new movies than any of the old first or second run
Trilogies
trilogies.
better than the prequel trilogy?
Yes.
No,
Yes.
they're not.
Yes, there are fights, but they look a lot better. I don't know if it's the aura farming happening in the newer ones. Like we're in the snow, we're and it's dark. I feel like there's a lot of it happening in the light in the other ones, and we
I
don't get the
love
full effect. But I love
that's
a lightsaber battle in a snow dark forest,
on a snowy night.
aka Force Awakens.
I think I
I do
love
think the
that.
OG ones are the worst. The worst, worst, worst.
Yeah, but
The prequels
it's the
are
time
a
of the
little bit
film
better,
though.
and then I think the newer ones get better.
Like it's the time of the film though. Like you think of something like A New Hope that comes out in 1977. Like there's a one
Obviously.
lightsaber
But
duel
some people
basically.
really fuck with them.
And yeah, I mean, it can be emotional if you're going through like timeline order, but I don't know. I find lightsaber duels get better in the entire original trilogy. Like it's decent in A New Hope. I'm not going to sugarcoat it and say it's peak. Empire, it gets much better. But when I just rewatched Return of the Jedi last weekend, I really loved Vader versus Luke. It's really good. It's a lot better than I thought it was, and it's pretty fast too, especially considering like the insane choreography we get between like Anakin and Obi-Wan, which is my favorite lightsaber duel, and it might be number two if you had caught me on the right day with Yoda and Palpatine. So like those two are my favorites, and they're from the same movie.
I can't name you a
Where
favorite.
I don't,
Just
well,
in
yeah, I know,
general.
but I don't think the sequel trilogy has the greatest lightsaber duels. I find they look a little sloppy at times, and I find they're a little over edited. But I do agree with you, and I like Rey and Finn versus Kylo in snowy
They or farm.
in the snow, and
Almost like takes the cake. Like it just brings you right like
yeah, I think it's good,
it's
but
like I know I remember like when we watched that I was like, holy shit.
it looks really
That looks
great.
peak.
It looks really great too. Like visually, it looks really good. But I disagree. I don't think they're the best lightsaber duels.
I want to rewatch these soon. Do you have another Star Wars hot take on there?
Yeah. Do you have any more?
I have one more.
You go ahead.
I think
Actually, I have two more. Sorry, so I'll go
then
on.
you go.
C3PO is the worst and most annoying Star Wars character.
That's not a hot take.
I think it is. A lot of people would probably say Jar Jar
Oh
or Ray.
no.
Yes.
C3PO
I
is
fucking hate
so fucking
C3PO. I
annoying.
hate him more and more and more
I think
every
Jar Jar Binks
fucking
is also
time
fucking
I
annoying,
watch.
but
Yes, Jar Jar's annoying, but honestly, he's really, if you only watch the movies, he only speaks in Phantom Menace. He barely speaks in Attack of the Clones, and he's literally
C3PO
in
speaks
one
too
scene
much.
in Revenge of the Sith and he doesn't speak. I fucking hate 3PO, man. I fucking hate 3PO so fucking much, man. Um
Robots.
I used to say Jar Jar was my least favorite Star Wars character, and then it was probably Rose. But
Holy
now it's
fuck.
3PO. I
That's not a
fucking
hot
hate
take
Rose
though.
though.
If we say we hate Rose, that
No,
ain't a
that's
hot
not
take.
a hot take either. But I do think 3PO is. A lot of people have a soft spot for him for some fucking moronic reason. You go ahead.
I wrote mine's not really a hot take. It's just like an opinion. I don't know if that makes sense. These are all opinions. I think that Harrison Ford is the best actor that came out of Star Wars. And I think his character is
Like Got
also the
Famous from
best.
Star Wars
No, he's
came
just
out
the
of?
best character
You
from the
think he's
Star
just the
Wars
best actor in
franchise.
the entire Star Wars
Yes,
franchise?
and I think Han Solo is the best character in the entire Star Wars franchise.
I was a little biased. She really likes Harrison Ford.
Not biased. It's
Yes,
called
you are.
Grogu's close second. I'm not lying
I
here.
definitely don't think Harry is the best actor. And I also
Okay.
don't love Han, which will kind of transition into my next hot
He's
take. But
literally the best. If it wasn't for him, the original movies
oh,
would
I know you wouldn't like the original
suck.
movies. Mel was pissed when he was turned into carbonite.
I was pissed when he fucking died.
Yeah. I know, I can't believe Mel's
Rage.
favorite character the entire watch there. We finally get to Force Awakens. Seeing her reaction was big. Was big.
I never got it spoiled for myself. And I get myself spoiled everything.
Yeah. That was my little win because you spoiled for yourself who Vader was
I
years
did.
ago.
I did.
I almost left her on the spot.
Was I still shook while we were watching it?
Yeah. You were
Yeah,
especially
because
shook when he lost a hand.
yeah, well, we watched Revenge. I was
And then he was
Revenge.
cut in
Well,
half.
Revenge of the Sith, we got to watch in theaters when it
Hmm.
came out
For the
for
20th
the
anniversary
25th
last year.
anniversary. So I got to watch it for the first time in theaters.
Me
And like,
too.
I was
Me too.
literally like, it was honestly my first time watching it, but like, it's
I
in
know.
the theater
And
experience.
like
Like, that's a
I can
whole
guarantee like you were probably maybe one of like a couple
that I'd never
that had
seen
never
it.
seen
There was a
it,
couple
because
girlfriends
there
there that
was
I'm
a
like,
couple
these girls have
girlfriends there, like it might have been their
never
first time
seen it.
too.
Like, they're coming here with their
But
mans.
yeah, shut up, Melly. Shut up, Melly. All right, let's move on to my final one. Captain Rex is a top 5 Star Wars character and better than Luke, Leia, and Han.
Whoa. He's in like one movie. He doesn't
He's
do
not in a
anything.
movie. He's
Oh.
literally not even in a movie.
Oh, he's only in Ahsoka? Or not
He's
Ahsoka.
basically
What
only
did
in
we watch
Clone
that we
Wars.
Oh.
He's in Clone Wars, Bad Batch, and Rebels, and for like a split second of Ahsoka. That's his only live action
Well, I
moment.
would agree that he's better than Leia. I don't think Leia's a great character. I think she's quite boring. She kind of pisses me off. I think she's overrated.
Fair enough.
But I don't agree with Han. And
Yeah.
even Luke.
I've never been a big Luke fan. I've just never felt
Luke
that
is
way.
just a boy.
A
You
boy
know,
on a
he's the
farm.
epitome of like a teenage boy in a
Maybe it would
movie.
be different if we grew up with the
That
original trilogy, but
trilogy.
it's not like I grew up on Star Wars. The first time I ever watched Star Wars, the first time I ever watched anything Star Wars was Rise of Skywalker in theaters.
Same.
Like I know. And then I
Same with my
watched
dad years ago. Don't remember it.
and then that like for us that was both in 2019. So that was the first time either of us ever watched Star Wars. You were 16, I was
18.
18. Like, that was the first time I ever
And
watched
like I grew up
anything
with my
Star
dad watching it,
Wars.
but like I never got it, and I thought he was silly for him.
Yeah.
But also
I'm
didn't
glad
care.
to say that you do like Star Wars now. I wouldn't say you love it, but there's definitely some moments that you like. So, all right, shall we move on?
Yeah, Harry Potter.
Let's move on to Harry Potter.
I have 8.
Yeah, I have one. So,
Well, like I said in part 1, if you guys watched, I'm currently going through the Harry Potter movies by myself,
maybe I'd
not with
have
Ethan,
more.
because I started watching the first one on my trip I just went on, and then I was like, well, I'm gonna watch them all now, but I'm actually watching it without Ethan, which is kind of
The first
surprising,
time we've
y'all.
done that.
This is the first time I think I've ever watched like a franchise without you. Just because it ended up that I watched the first 3 on my trip and I was like, well, I'm just gonna finish them. So mine are like they're fresh. Also, I love that if Papa Dennis is watching this, we learned we have very similar Harry Potter opinions.
Yeah, you might as well start with that hot take. I don't know if you wrote it, but
Obviously, I wrote it. I think it's my biggest hot take. My dad agrees, so y'all, Prisoner of Azkaban is the worst Harry Potter movie made.
what am I marrying into? Like, what am I doing? We need to rethink this.
It is so boring. It has
No,
no
it's
plot.
not. It's
No
so
plot.
good.
It's so boring.
It's so good.
It took me almost a week to finish it
That's your fault. Get better taste.
because it wasn't good. I can't even remember what happened. I remember there's a rat that turned into a person, and then there was a dog, and there was a wolf, and we had to turn back time for a thing that flew, the dragon thing. That was cute. Other than that, don't remember much. It's very boring. It doesn't do anything to the Harry Potter storyline other than we meet Sirius Black. Thoughts?
No.
So, Ethan, do you like Prisoner of Azkaban?
Yes, it's simply my favorite fucking Harry Potter movie, which is pretty common. Like that's pretty basic
Oh,
of
it is
me.
very. Sorry,
Like
I'm getting
it's
comfortable.
most people's favorites are either Philosopher's Stone, Azkaban, or Deathly Hallows Part 2. And which Mel's is the first, so whatever, but like
That is one of my hot takes. That the first Harry Potter movie is the best.
it is a bit of a hot take, I think, but like there's a
Goblet of
lot of people
Fire
that
is
just
the
love it.
second. Deathly Hallows Part 2 is the third.
I disagree.
And I think
Our
Half-Blood
Harry
Prince is
Potter
fourth.
rankings are so different, man. Like our MCU ones are kind of similar. Star Wars isn't very
differently about
close,
Harry
but
Potter.
yeah, we feel very differently about Harry Potter, man.
And what's
My
funny
two
is
favorites are two of Mel's bottom 3, I believe.
Are your favorites?
Yes.
That sounds about right for us.
No, like both of our top 3 like MCU movies are the same pretty much.
Yeah.
But like, Star Wars again, it's different, but like it's probably closer than, whatever Harry Potter is. Our Harry Potter
Potters are
rankings
not the
are
same.
very
But I
different.
find that with a lot of people. I'll talk to a lot of people where Harry Potter opinions are very different.
Yeah, you know what? That seems to be a franchise where a lot of people have different favorites. A lot of people love Goblet of Fire. A lot of people think
Me and my
Goblet of
dad
Fire
were talking about
is
that.
their
What do you think?
favorite.
I wrote Goblet of Fire is the most fun and entertaining of all the movies. The first one is still my favorite, I think, just because of the nostalgia and has my favorite scene of all time, and I quote it word for word. But
Go for it.
the chess scene, I'm not doing it.
No, please don't.
But Goblet of Fire is the most fun. I think it's such a fun add to the story. I like the new characters. I
That's
like
my son. That's my
bald,
boy.
bald. My eyes out. Justice for Cedric
Every time.
Diggory.
Every time.
I just think it's so fun. It was such a unique spin on it. I like the characters. I just think it's a fun movie. I wish Draco was in it more, but other than that, I think it's pretty good.
Did you write that a hot take of Draco is your favorite Star Wars character?
I
Star Wars, Harry Potter. Sorry.
I wrote that Draco has the best character development in all of Harry Potter.
No, he does not.
Yes, he does.
No, he
Watch him.
doesn't. He doesn't even develop.
Listen.
He's an evil shit
Listen.
because he's got
No,
abusive
no.
parents. And then
In the first,
no,
second,
and then he's
third,
like,
listen.
I'm literally giving into family pressure.
Yes, and you
And then
see
he
his
makes
dilemma.
his own.
Half-Blood Prince
He
is literally
doesn't even
about
make
it.
his own choice. They deleted that scene. Like he's ass.
But you have to
No, he
think about
literally
the,
is the
Let me
worst.
talk.
No.
Half-Blood Prince is literally all about Draco, which is why I love the movie, and Draco is also my favorite character as a fellow Slytherin. But Ethan is a Hufflepuff, for you if you didn't know. But Half-Blood Prince, we see a lot of development of him being forced into going, him not wanting to go. Then we see him like wanting to help in Deathly Hollows, but he can't. And then you have to think about the deleted scene where he throws Harry a wand. I replay it in my head every day. I love Draco so much. I love his character. I think it's great.
Draco's mid.
No.
I don't even like Draco. Bro's got no screen time. He's mid.
Talk about no screen time. I have a hot take about somebody who has no screen time. Sirius Black's death is not sad because he has no character development in the movie because he's in 2 movies for 15 minutes. I have never cried at him dying.
I think it's
Do
sad,
I
but I don't
think
know if
it's
I'd be
sad?
emotional.
Of course
too.
it is.
The emotional part is what he says before
Really,
he dies.
What he says, like,
nice one, James.
Nice one, James. Of course, that's like, oh,
that one's
touching.
heartbreaking. But
have never cried, and I also think he's really overrated. He's in 2 movies, and he's kind of a chaotic unk and not a very well taken care of unk. He promised Harry
Yeah.
he'd go live with them, and then Harry never went, and he's still with those fuckers on Privet Street or whatever the fuck he lives on. I have way more, but you should go because you haven't said anything.
I've only got one anyways. So, Deathly Hollows Part 1 is the second best in the franchise.
I wrote Part 1 sucks.
I think
nothing happens.
A lot of people don't like Deathly Hollows because
1.
it's boring, and I don't personally think it's boring. I think it's very entertaining,
happens.
and
what happens?
of course, the entire movie is just shipping my favorite relationship that doesn't exist in Harry and Hermione, which I was talking to Oz about tonight.
I put Hermione's annoying because I think she is.
Bro, I don't think Hermione's annoying.
Yeah, she is.
I don't know if that's a hot
Sometimes
take.
I think she's more annoying than Ron. And Ron is
Ron's fucking annoying.
But sometimes Hermione, I'm like,
Ron pisses me off, man. Ron pisses me off, and I'm glad he's not in Deathly Hallows Part 1 very much. I was talking to Oz about it tonight.
Any of these movies anymore. I kept saying that to Ethan. I'm like, every time I watch a new one, I'm like, is Ron in the room with us? He's in none of these movies. They're literally just ghosting him off little by little. Yeah. I know he's gonna be in the next one more with his shit little girlfriend.
Half-Blood?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess.
That's my next one I have to watch.
Yeah, I was talking to Oz about it tonight, and he's like, I don't know if this was a hot take, which I don't think it is, but he said that Ginny and Harry, like, they're actual actors, like Daniel Radcliffe and I don't know Ginny's name, but they have no chemistry, and the better on-screen couple is Hermione and Harry, which I don't think is a hot take. I think that's pretty agreed on.
I think Hermione and Draco should have been a thing. I think Harry and Draco should have been a thing. I can't wait till I watch the scene in the Part 1. Where Harry saves Draco from the fire. It's love. Part 2.
I think Part 2.
Sexy man gets saved by a man with glasses.
Anyways, my top 3 goes Azkaban, Hallows Part 1, Hallows Part 2. But I don't really think it's very... I don't think it's very close, to be honest. I think Hallows 1 is significantly better than Hallows Part 2. and I think the rest of the franchise is like a good 4-star.
We both agree that Chamber is the second worst, or is it the worst for
I think
you?
Chamber. I think I liked Chamber last time. I think my least favorite last year was Order of the Phoenix, because rewatching
You
Order
know
of the
what? I just
Phoenix
rewatched
last
Order of the
year,
Phoenix.
it's
I
kind
enjoyed
of
it more than I
it's
remember.
kind of boring, but the end is fucking peak. The end is really
You know
great,
what?
but
Dolores is a bitch, and
but
that's
yeah, I guess that's she.
there's a
That
lot of
also
good
gives the
plot
most
with it though.
hated character in all of fiction.
No, she's not.
You don't think?
My hot take: Dobby is the most annoying
Oh
character in
fuck
Harry
Dobby,
Potter.
bro.
Never cried to his
Dobby.
death. He should have died. He deserved what he got.
Fuck Dobby.
Amen.
I hate Dobby.
He's so
The only Dobby I
annoying.
like
He's
is
the most
Jacob
pointless
Dobus.
character ever made. At least Dolores had like a plot. Dobby's there with a sock. What the fuck is the point?
Dude, yeah. Dobby sucks. God, put me in a
I
room
literally
with
put Dobby should have died. Annoying and not sad.
Dobby and Dolores. I'm walking out alone.
Like, just not it. I think I said everything else on my
Hmm,
list at this point because
fair
I've
enough.
like put it into things. But I love how different. I knew our Harry Potter opinions would be very different.
Yeah.
Do you have more?
No, that's all I had. I couldn't think of anything else. So,
That's pretty good.
yeah. Are you done with or with Harry Potter?
Yeah, I kind of like put a lot of things into other
That's good.
conversations. Next up, WWE
Let's talk about it.
World
Wrestling,
Wrestling
entertainment.
Entertainment.
Good job,
I
Ellie.
almost said event. I was like, that's incorrect.
World Wrestling events. Gonna start us off.
No, I want you to go first.
I think
Ethan didn't write anything down for
no. I'm
this.
just
He's
gonna.
just
I'm going off
thinking.
the top of the brain
I wrote
cells.
6 things,
I'm gonna write
which a lot of
7.
them can like go together. I just wrote a list of people I like and people I hate, pretty much.
Oh yeah, this will be fun. I think Randy Orton is the professional wrestling goat.
That's not a hot take. That's facts.
I don't. I don't
It's
believe that
facts.
is a
Capital
hot.
F A
I.
C
I don't believe
T
that is a
S.
fact. Although I mean, yeah, I guess I believe it's a fact. But I do believe it's a hot take because most people just call John Cena the goat,
No,
and I
I'm
don't
tired of the
think
jorts.
so.
Retire.
I think tired of the Jords. I think Randy is not the best in ring. He's never been the best in ring. He's always been a great storyteller in ring, and I mean his longevity I think is pretty
He has
undeniable.
the best finisher. I
Obviously the most iconic finisher in
no,
all
but
of
it's the
wrestling
best
history.
finisher. I
But
didn't write that down, but the RKO is the best
mm,
finisher.
I don't. That's
It's
not a hot take.
so good. No, like it's so good.
I agree.
It's
I
so good.
think
Like Ethan knows. Every time we're watching and he's on, I'm like
it's crazy to think.
staring,
It's
waiting.
crazy to think, especially nowadays. But I genuinely believe Randy Orton's underrated
He
because
is. And I was
they
getting
just don't
put in
do
these
anything with him for some
storylines with the
reason.
jelly roll. Like, let's get this man a title,
Oh man, I absolutely hated
a real
last year
match,
when Jelly Roll
an
and
opponent that's
Randy was against Drew and Logan. I think like it's so that was so fucking stupid. That pissed me off a lot. Um, Not a hot take, but I might as well mention it. It seems like ever since TKO has joined up with WWE, things have changed, and it's definitely not for the better. Especially with any reports about wrestlers and stars taking pay cuts. A lot of people basically walking out. People that just was hired last year getting fired this year or getting let go this year. I don't know. It seems to be pretty bad culture in WWE right now, which is a shame because, especially I got back into wrestling during the Bloodline story, kind of in 2022, 2023, I guess. And Mel started watching the like night 2 of WrestleMania 40. So like she witnessed perhaps the
I
greatest night in
watched the
WrestleMania
Undertaker come in
history.
and they're all screaming, and I'm just like,
Mel has no idea what's going
I'm
on.
like,
And
who?
then, we see the fallout of WrestleMania 40, and it's very good. And that's we finally get Drew versus Punk later that year. Last year we get Drew, or we get more of Drew, but we get Punk, Seth, and Roman. Like there's never, it's not always great in WWE right now, but there's usually just some hits and a lot more misses right now. I don't find there's many hits right now in
I haven't
WWE.
been watching since this year. Really,
That's
I've
fair.
personally fallen really out of it because I find it's not the same and it's gotten really boring. It's not the same as it used to
Agreed.
when we first especially started watching and when we were really into it.
The open challenge has become trash. I don't even know. I don't think that's a hot take anymore because for some reason that's all half the fucking roster does now. I don't think they have any idea what to do with half the titles, and there's so many titles that we don't even know what to do with it. So we're just
I
booking
currently
open night
don't know who holds the
challenges.
title.
Like Tiffany,
Truly.
Tiffany's doing open night or open
She's US
challenges.
champ.
I mean, when Carmelo was champ, he was doing it. Obafemi was doing an open challenge for no reason because he beat Brock Lesnar. Like, I don't know. It's weird. I don't know. Everything seems weird right now. And let's just move on to perhaps our least favorite wrestler currently, which is Gooner, the Goon Man himself.
I actually can't
I
talk about it without
I
starting a war.
I genuinely really enjoyed Gunther when he was Intercontinental Champion. Uh,
I've always
After
hated.
he lost the title, especially to Sammy, which really upset me. I don't think Sammy
I hate
should have
Sammy.
done that.
I hate the
I
both of
think it
them.
should have been someone else, specifically Chad. I was really rooting for Chad, but um, ever since Gunther lost his IC title, I've had absolutely no fucking care in the world for Gunther, and I just think he gets worse and worse. The way he's booked is not appealing in any sort of way. His, I guess legend killer, the like retirement Gooner. It
It's
doesn't
so
even.
bad.
It's not even good because it's not like he's actually retiring these wrestlers. These wrestlers are literally announcing their retirement beforehand, and then he just ends up
And
being
it's
the
not like
last
he's
appointed
actually
opponent.
winning. He's
And
cheating.
I think it's hilarious how Brock and Ray seemingly were going to retire to Gunther, and then they just mysteriously were injured or retired, and now they have their own feuds and own storylines.
I've
I
hated
I
Gooners.
pray the only person that ever retires Rey Mysterio was Dominic. It should not be anyone but Dominic.
I've always hated Gooner.
Yeah,
We call him Gooner. I literally forget what his real name is half the time.
Walter.
Um, I don't like his style of wrestling. I've never liked him in the
Yeah,
ring. I don't like him
Mel finds
inside.
he's really boring, which I do too
He's
now.
so boring because
All he
all
does
he
is a
does
sleeper and
is
chop
put them in
now.
a sleeper. And I don't even consider that like when people tap out from a sleeper, you didn't
Mel doesn't like
win.
submissions.
Oh, hell no. I like there's one I don't mind. I don't know. But there's one that I don't mind. I remember saying it to you one night. I was like, oh, I don't mind this one because it looks like it's actually painful.
I don't remember.
But when he's just like hugging them on the chin, I don't give a rat's ass.
Hugging them on the chin.
He drives me insane.
Yeah,
I've never liked him.
yeah.
But there's a lot of wrestlers that people also hate, but I love. And that was my other hot take. I love Dominic Mysterio. It's been my favorite for the
2 years.
entirety I've watched wrestling
Yeah,
now.
pretty much.
I love his character. Do I think he's like the best in ring? No.
No.
Do I care? No. I think he is one of the best characters. He's a great heel. And I'll always support. My favorite female wrestler is Liv Morgan. So, for me right now, it's just, especially when they got together, like, couldn't be better, honestly, for me. And I wrote another wrestler that I like that I'll probably get canceled for, but for me, this has history. I love Logan Paul. I really do. I liked him before he joined WWE, not in the you know what era, but I liked him.
Yes, you did. Don't pretend like you didn't like him in
Well, I
that
didn't
era.
support him, but I didn't hate him.
You watched that video.
Ethan, we can't talk about that.
Well, I'm gonna cancel you.
I watched it before it got deleted. I was an
Yeah.
OG fan. I had Maverick shirts.
Yeah. After that, Mama Joe sold him.
Yeah, she said no Maverick shirts for Mo. I remember she was like, "Mel, tu peux plus regarder."
That's funny.
Um, and I think he's a really good wrestler. I don't really care what people say. I think he's committed, especially right now. He's like very full time. Well, he just got fucking injured, and what Ethan just showed me earlier. How?
Yeah.
But I like what he's doing. I like him and Austin Theory as a duo with the Vision. I liked Braun Breaker in it too. It was kind of like all my men at once. He was really
The
cool
Vision
in
is gonna
it.
go down as like the biggest what if faction of all time because of
So many
every
injuries.
fucking injury that this
They love to
faction
get
keeps
injured. I feel
going
like there's so
through.
many injuries right now, just in general. Like
And I wonder,
everybody's
like,
getting
is it
injured.
just the world giving them karma because of the fake injury storyline with that Seth had done? Like, is it
So
that? Is it
iconic.
something
The
else?
crutches.
You know, um, which yeah, which I mean, I don't think this is a hot take. It shouldn't be a hot take. Seth has the two greatest cash-ins of all time, and
Also hot take.
it's not even close. Like
Hi,
most of the
so that's
cash-ins, I don't even find are good. To be honest, I think they're just fine. It entirely depends on a crowd reaction, but without a doubt, easily in my opinion, both the Seth cash-ins are the best.
it's just
I
saying.
really don't think there's anything that comes close to that, and I don't think that should be a hot take if it is.
Um, I wrote a name because I just want to mention it because this is a wrestler that I really liked and
Mhm.
you really liked.
Mhm.
And then they got released
Mhm.
and we didn't see them anymore. And it was really sad. I'm not talking about Kyrie Sane, which I feel
I
like this is
didn't
who you think
know.
I'm
I
thinking
didn't
of.
think that's what you were
I'm talking
talking
about
about.
Karrion Cross.
Mhm.
I really liked him. I liked.
Also, not who I was thinking. I was thinking Ricochet.
I love Ricochet. Don't even. I have a lot of love for Ricochet.
I think one of the most underrated wrestlers
There's
of this
of all
decade
time
is not
Ricochet.
Ricochet. I think it's Matt Riddle. I'm a big Riddler.
Ew.
That's literally
But
Triz,
no,
man.
I
Shout out
think
Triz.
Karrion Cross deserved better.
Yes,
I
agreed.
think if people had eyes and they'd look at him and his girlfriend or his
Wife.
wife, who's hot as shit, by the way, he could have done a lot. I like the whole like dark character. Nobody was doing that. Like it was just like
I
his
seen
own
someone
vibe. The black and white entrance every time just kind of ate.
I'd seen
And then he
someone.
kind of just got thrown in the dust with that old man that was always leading the charge. I don't remember his
I
name.
don't either.
And I think we could have done a lot more. I think he would have been a good like US champ,
I think the World Heavyweight Championship would
World
have looked
Heavyweight
great on him.
Championship. I liked him a lot.
I seen a post the other
And
day
Ricochet
of unfinished
and
storylines in
Kairi Sane.
WWE, which of course Kyrie Sane is the most recent one with Asuka, which Asuka might be retiring. Anyways,
I think she is.
um, I'd seen someone comment about how they're still waiting for Karrion Cross versus Roman Reigns because during the peak of the bloodline, Cross comes out, lays down his hourglass, and we just never got anything from it ever.
See?
Yeah. You have anything
Terrible.
else?
Yeah, I have a couple.
Go ahead.
Recently, we had a feud between two of these men for a championship. It was Roman and Punk. My hot take was that I prefer Roman as a champion than Punk. Punk was getting
Which
a
is funny
little
because she didn't
too.
like. Anytime I showed her any of
No,
like
I really
the
didn't
peak of the
until we
bloodline, she
got
did not
to.
like Roman.
I got really annoyed of seeing Punk as champ. I think he was really cocky and he got annoying and he came to a point where I didn't like him as much anymore, and I feel like that's not what should be happening when you're champ.
Fair
And
enough.
I was rooting for Roman to win, and I typically would never root for Roman, and then he won and I felt a little bit of joy in that. And
Hmm.
I was like, "Oh." But apparently he's going to get rid of that title cuz he has conflict of in scheduling issues and he's not going to be full
Who
time anymore, and
knows?
it's always that
Who
with
knows?
Roman. But
I wouldn't be surprised if Jacob wins this Saturday at Clash in Italy. So we'll see.
the Wolf.
I don't know when this video is going to be going up, but um,
I have two names of wrestlers I think are the most overrated that I don't like. Not that I don't like, but I think they're really overrated. I think Cody Rhodes is very overrated. I'm very annoyed of seeing him always be a champ on my screen at this point.
I'm annoyed of him being champion, but I don't think he's overrated.
I think he's very overrated, and I think Becky Lynch is very overrated, and she kind of pisses me off.
You know, it's funny. I was just thinking about someone who I think is underrated, even though many people know that she is great. I think Chelsea Green's probably the most well-rounded
I wrote
female wrestler
Chelsea
on the
deserves
roster
more. I just wrote Chelsea
because
deserves more.
she is amazing on the mic. She's hilarious. She has such a great comedic performance, but she can also go in the ring. She's a very underrated wrestler, especially if
Yes.
you see her pre WWE stuff. She's very talented, and I wish she was given that opportunity more
Who's that white man
because
we
she
hate?
should be. What?
Who's the white man we hate? That's
I
always in
don't
the
know.
docks. The guy with the hair that hates
Well,
Bob.
Michael Hayes, dude, I fucking hate
Michael
Michael
Hayes said in
Hayes.
an we when we watched the
Yeah,
doc, he was like
unreal.
Chelsea. What did he say?
Chelsea, I don't know, something
He
about
was like
Chelsea not being
Chelsea
a main
about
event
being
star.
not a main event star
Dude, I
because what
fucking
she's
hate
good
Michael
at what
Hayes,
she does,
man.
which is just be funny and be shit. I'm like, no.
Yeah.
When she was US champ, she was so good. I loved her. I love Chelsea. She's probably one of
Mel,
my
I
second
mean,
favorite female wrestlers.
every year we're hoping for an LA Knight and a Chelsea Green to win Money
Money
in
in
the
the
Bank.
bank, and
Maybe
it
this
ain't
is the
happening.
year. Maybe this is the
No, I'm
year.
hated.
There's a higher chance that Chelsea Green's going to than LA Knight,
I
but
know.
yeah, I don't know. I think Chelsea is the most well-rounded female wrestler that is good at literally everything, and I also feel like she is the most likely to ever branch out into like a Hollywood role, something like
Mhm.
Cena, Dwayne, and Batista have done. Like
Oh yeah.
she would be fantastic, I think, in Hollywood.
Love Chelsea
So,
Green. She's great. And also putting this out there, not that this is like a hot take. I'm just saying because I want it like on record. I've been the only thing I've been seeing about WWE is Soruka lately because
hmm
she's the only one. I'm
me
obsessed.
too.
No, but like I liked her before in NXT. Ethan knows this.
hmm
I especially Royal Rumble this year. I think she shined. Like I love a Soul Snatcher.
Yeah,
Looks so
that's
good.
fair.
I say I love an RKO.
The only thing
I'm
that might
a
compete
Soul
with an
Snatcher might
RKO,
be second. It looks
although she's been
so
struggling
good.
with them lately, but
Yes. But let me tell you, I've been seeing like on Raw promo. She's kind of eating,
yeah.
and I love she's a main event girly now.
I don't think
I
this is
also
a
love
hot
Maxine
take.
Dupree, and I love that she's gonna be in the Vision. I'm manifesting.
I don't think this is a hot take
I love Maxine
anymore,
Dupree
but
since the first Raw we ever watched, and Ethan was like, "Mom, she's so random," and now she's becoming a bit more main event, and I'm like, called it.
I don't think this is a hot take anymore, especially not now. But I always felt that the biggest star coming from NXT was going to be either Obafemi or Trick Williams, and not Braun Breaker or Carmelo Hayes. As much as I wish they were also getting pushed the way that specifically Oba and Trick are, I don't think they are going to. And if they do, it's going to be
Braun
much
got pushed,
later.
but
His
uh,
injury and Seth's
Braun
injury
got pushed
completely derailed his
Seth
entire push.
when he got introduced as a part of the Vision. That was a big push for
Yeah,
Braun into the main event
and
scene.
then
But then
injuries.
injuries. But I think he would have gotten there if
Yeah,
given the
I
chance.
do
But he got
wonder.
injured, and then everybody got injured, and then it messed everything up. But he was getting that push. Like I have a video of Ethan's reaction the night that
That's
Braun and
great.
Seth
That's great
reunited.
reaction.
He's literally screaming. It's like 1 a.m. noise
United.
complaint. Okay.
And I think again, probably not a hot take, but I think WWE is just, I don't know if they're too scared or if they're just unwilling, but I
Pussies.
really fear for Javon because they are too scared to give him a title. From what it seems, they wouldn't
He's
give him anything in
bouncy.
NXT, and they haven't given him anything on the main roster, and he's had like countless title opportunities. Like it's actually a really bad stat if you look at it. He's had many title opportunities, yet to win a single title. And I think it's very sad because he is
It is.
not getting pushed. Well, I mean, Carmelo wasn't
And
getting
he
pushed for a long
like
time
put on a
either. And I hope it's something like
performance.
Carmelo where maybe he'll get a mid card title, solidify himself as an actual wrestler, and I think Carmelo should be in the main event. Remember when he was the third overall pick in the draft? Not that the
Yeah.
draft
I
has
remember
ever
being like,
meant
who?
anything, but
But
I think
Javon, like,
Javon is
he
something that,
put
or
out
someone that
hell
they
of a
need to
performance at the Royal
commit to.
Rumble. And I remember us being like, bro, they're gonna push this guy. Like he's slaying. Even like
Yeah,
he was like he's saying in the ring like with Oba, like everything. Like he was in the ring for a long time at the Rumble. For a
yeah.
long time. Like he's gonna and then he's kind of just been bouncy and
hmm
then we don't really know
You know
where
what?
he's
I think this is something you won't agree with, but my favorite gimmick match has always been Money in the Bank. I think it's better than a Royal Rumble.
You know what? The Royal Rumble this year, well, other than the women's
The
match,
women's
the
was
men's
good.
match sucked. It was
Yeah,
not good at all. I
except
did
for
not
once
entertain
Oba got
myself.
eliminated. Actually, once Brock came out, that's when it all went
No, really,
downhill.
I was not in a fan. And even in the beginning, Braun didn't even get a chance to go in. He's like one of my favorite wrestlers. Like
Yeah,
it wasn't the vibe.
yeah.
The only thing I liked about it was that Logan made it decently far. That was a bit hot
No, we
take.
need to stop with the Logan in
And
the final four. It needs to stop. I don't want to see that every
And I
year,
love the
man.
women's match because, well, I loved the.
I don't think this is a hot take, and
I
it
also
shouldn't be a
think
hot
that
take.
fucking
The women's
Raquel, it was
wrestling,
getting a big push, and see, she still
no,
is.
still
She's getting
nothing.
pushed right now. I do not know why. I'm not a big fan, but you know what? Good for
I don't
her.
think this is a hot take, and it shouldn't be. But the women's wrestling is
So
so
much
much better
better than the men's
the
right
men's
now.
wrestling, and it's been like that for the past like 2 years at least, probably.
Because even Money in the
I just
Bank
think
last year, we
they,
much more enjoyed the women's ladder
yeah,
match. Even
every
when,
any type of
what
gimmick
was the
match,
last
I
gimmick
know
match
the
we
women's
watched?
match is gonna be
We
better.
there was a ladder match for something, and there was a ladder match. Or
Probably Money in the Bank.
no, it wasn't a Money in the Bank. It was more recently. We watched a
Is
gimmick
it
match.
Elimination Chamber?
Oh, maybe the women's was much better than the men's as well,
Yeah,
wasn't
I mean
it?
it's not it's like that every time now, so I don't know
We're
what
just
it
bad.
is, but for some reason the women's
Except if
storylines
we
just
keep
aren't
pushing
built.
Lash Legend, I swear to fucking God, I'm gonna lose my shit.
The women's feuds aren't built up as the men's for some reason,
Also, like,
and
we gotta get
the
rid of that
women's
Dracula
have just been
guy. We
better.
gotta get rid of the Gecko
Dude,
guy.
yeah, we can talk about Danhausen. We both fucking hate Danhausen. I don't mind a comedy act in WWE, but I literally can't stand Danhausen. I think it's awful. It's literally like the cringiest shit I've ever watched on WWE. I'd actually rather watch a hand get birthed again because I fucking hate Danhausen, man. He's awful.
There's just a lot of bad right now. Like, if we put on Raw or SmackDown right now, I would have no idea what's been going on because it's been so bad. I've been only keeping up on Insta because I don't want to.
That's fair.
And that makes me really sad because
Agreed.
I found a really good love for wrestling
We
through
went to a Raw.
Ethan. We
We
went
went
to
to a
a Raw and
Raw.
I bought tickets. And even at that, like,
Went to
I
two.
will book time off to watch PLEs. I will come home.
Yeah.
We used to come home and watch Raw, and I'd watch SmackDown on my phone
Every
on
Monday night was a ritual. We'd start Raw late and we'd skip through the
and like
commercials
I would watch
and
SmackDown on my phone on Friday nights at
yeah,
work while I was waiting for the girls to be off. Like, I found a really good love for wrestling, and unfortunately, it's kind of gone to shit.
yeah,
It makes me really sad.
yeah. Me too. I'm intrigued to see what the future holds. This year is going to be a weird one with, another 2 nights of SummerSlam. Money in the Bank in September is really weird on my birthday weekend.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh,
it's
I
in
didn't know
September.
that.
It's really late
Oh, I'll
this
be
year
off
for some
though.
reason, and yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be a weird year. I don't know. Ever since I feel like most of this wasn't even hot takes. It was just us talking about
Yeah.
WWE. But
Whoops.
you
Well,
know,
WWE in general is a hot take.
that's fair, I
So I feel
guess.
like anything we say. Sorry, I've been moving a lot this round. I'm
I don't
fucking.
think I've moved.
I'm so warm. Like, I'm so warm right now. I want to. I'm getting really.
You're cooking. You're chefing.
I'm warm and I'm getting irritated.
Yeah,
I'm gonna get angry.
yeah. This is what happens. Do you have any other hot
But I
takes, Millie?
just placed a. Hopefully, Mama Joe is not listening anymore. But I placed a $200 Shein order about an hour ago, just to help
The
with
vibes are
self
high.
love.
The vibes
I
are
have like
high.
26 items for that price. So, and I went shopping today at the mall and I bought 2 shirts. And we went to go get coffee and we had lunch. We had a great little date day.
Millie got
And we're
me some
finishing it
pops and
off
some
with,
comics
on our date day, the date night debrief.
at 12:30.
Well, I'm
It's
going to
way
bed.
past Mel's
I
bedtime,
was going to say
so
I'm going to
it's time
bed.
to go to bed. Anyways, thank you guys all so much for watching. Sorry that we kind of just went on a tangent. We didn't really talk
Yeah.
much hot
I feel
takes
like
in this
people
one,
stopped
but
after Harry Potter. People who don't watch WWE did not give a shit about that last part.
that's okay. That's all right.
Let us know
Love
what
you
other
either
content
way.
you would like to see. I have a notes app of probably 50 other videos that I would like us to
Discussion
make, discussion
topics.
topics that I
Yeah.
want us to do. So let us know if there's anything you want to see, or if you want us to stop, let us know.
Please,
We won't.
please let us know if you want us to stop.
Well, you need a hater at least. It's not
Yeah,
real until you have haters.
maybe you're right.
Amen.
Preach.
Amen. Alrighty. Good night, Pookies. Is this our new outro?
Yeah.
Okay.